Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We'll be talking about the possible cause of a deadly train derailment and a new national security plan. Plus, UFOs, the TV show The Office, and Cheetos popcorn. All that and much more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Tuesday, December 19th. You ready? Let's do this. An Amtrak train derailed in Washington state. CNN reports at least 3 people are dead. Another report said at least 6 people have died. More than 100 were taken to hospitals. It happened between Tacoma and Olympia on a route going from Seattle to Portland. The train derailed on an overpass, so people in cars on the highway below also got hurt in this. Yesterday, when it happened, was literally the first day of that new high-speed route. Right now, a possible cause is speed. The Seattle Times reports the train was going around a curve with a speed limit of 30 miles per hour, but investigators think that train was going around 80 miles per hour. Apparently, there is an automatic system to help stop that kind of speeding, but it wasn't activated on that route yet. Things are slowly starting to get back to normal at Atlanta's airport. Remember, a big power outage Sunday led to hundreds of canceled flights and a lot of confusion at what's known as the busiest airport in the world. The city blames an electrical fire for the outage. The New York Times reports the city's mayor says the fire was so intense, it messed up the backup system for the power. So, not ideal. The mayor says they'll be working to make sure that doesn't happen again. Apparently, 80% of the travelers going through Atlanta are traveling on Delta. And Delta alone had canceled 1,400 flights in just 24 hours. But Delta says there have not been any more flight cancellations since yesterday afternoon. The airline says most travelers have now been rebooked. America First, that's the theme for President Trump's new national security strategy. And some are comparing his announcement of it yesterday to a campaign-style speech. The Hill reports he called out past presidents, saying he'll work to fix their mistakes. And the new strategy puts the U.S. in competition with countries like China and Russia, saying we'll try to build partnerships with them, but only when it protects our national interest. The AP reports part of this new plan is also to take climate change off the list of threats to national security. President Obama had put it on the list back in 2015. Well, it turns out Senate investigators aren't just looking at the Trump campaign's possible ties to Russia, but also 2 more campaigns. The Washington Post reports the Senate Intelligence Committee is also apparently looking at Jill Stein's campaign. Remember, she was the candidate for the Green Party in last year's presidential election. There's even a picture of Stein at the same dinner table with the Russian president back in 2015. And some believe Stein took away votes that would have helped Hillary Clinton become president. But Stein told CNN both accusations are just not true. She says Democrats are just looking for someone to blame for not winning. The White House officially blames North Korea for a big cyber attack. It was known as the WannaCry attack, and it happened back in May. TechCrunch reports it affected more than 200,000 businesses from 35 different countries. The Homeland Security advisor wrote about this for the first time in an op-ed for the Wall Street Journal. A formal announcement about this is expected today. So there's been some disagreement about the actual death toll in Puerto Rico from Hurricane Maria. The official death toll right now is 64. But the New York Times analysis and other media reports say actually it's more like 1,000. So now Puerto Rico's governor wants to know for sure, and he's ordered a recount of deaths from the storm in September. In fact, he wants every death since the storm reviewed. Parts of the island, by the way, are still without power, and yes, it's been 3 months. All right, other things people may be talking about today. A government agency that researched UFOs. Really? The Pentagon admitted this week it ran a secret program for 5 years that investigated UFOs. Unidentified flying objects. The program ended in 2012, but $22 million were spent on it. The unit was technically called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. CNN spoke with a former official of the unit who said he can't rule it out that an alien aircraft has been to Earth. He says there's evidence that it's possible. A former Navy pilot told ABC News a video he captured, and that's now going around online, shows something flying around that he says he's never seen before. But others say it's crazy to spend millions of dollars on so-called UFO research, and that there's a reason the funding for the program already ended. She's the woman who came up with the Me Too movement about sexual harassment, and now she'll be leading the countdown to the new year, in Times Square, of course. Her name is Tarana Burke, and she actually started the Me Too movement a decade ago, even before celebrities were talking about it more recently. Of course, this year it sparked thousands of women to share their stories of sexual harassment and assault on social media and got national attention. Burke was also in the group of women highlighted in Time's 2017 Person of the Year. Twitter is cracking down on accounts tied to hate groups. Bloomberg reports the social media site already deactivated some white supremacist accounts, and the account for Britain First is also gone. That's the one that posted unverified videos criticizing Muslims that President Trump retweeted. Some critics are saying Twitter is hindering free speech, but other critics say the policy doesn't go far enough. The show The Office may be coming back. Variety reports NBC is working on bringing the popular TV show back with both old and new characters, but don't expect to see Steve Carell. He would apparently not be part of the comeback. So far, it's considered early talks, so no official word from NBC about this. Some say the possible revival is thanks to the success of restarting the show Will and Grace. If you went to the movies last weekend, you may have noticed a new choice of snack. Cheetos popcorn. Like popcorn covered in Cheetos flavor, plus actual Cheetos mixed in. Food and Wine magazine says it's only available right now at Regal Cinemas and was rolled out to a national audience for the first time over the weekend. As long as it sells, it's not a limited time thing. So Cheetos popcorn may be here to stay. And that's it. You are all caught up. Of course, I so appreciate you sharing the Newsworthy with colleagues, friends, and family as you start to get together for the holidays. As always, you can easily find all the articles I referenced today in the show notes on thenewsworthy.com. Just click episodes and today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you every weekday by 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again for listening. I will be back with more news tomorrow. Have a great day.